Well, hello there. Hello there. I am Coach Dana Spencer, and welcome to the Dana Spencer Pre Show, where we talk about solving problems, building relationships, quitting corporate, and the freedom to walk in your God given purpose. So, what's going on? How are we feeling today? I'm feeling amazing as usual. Had another fantastic workout today. And have you ever done something and it was hard, but you didn't want to go back to what was easy? That's what I feel like with that 25-pound ball today. So there's a smaller ball that is about 20 pounds. And I was like, oh, you could just toss that. But in my mind, since I had already tried the 25-pound, and even though it's heavy, even though it's tougher, I feel like I can't go backwards. There's only forward from here. So I'm enduring the 25-pound ball. It's heavy. It is working my muscles. Like a little bit of my shoulder is a little bit achy, but hey, no pain, no gain, right? So today we are going to double click into quitting corporate. And I was listening to the One Thing podcast, and they had a lady on there who said that she was working corporate for 20 years, 2 decades, and the entire time, she knew that it wasn't for her. And I don't think I felt that way. I don't necessarily think that I was going to work every single day saying this isn't for me. But what I will say is, once I took the flight assessment and realized that I don't like people telling me what to do, and how my innovation and my desire to do it right the first time was a little bit of a conflict with corporate America and with the leadership that I had at that particular time. So, am I saying everybody should quit corporate? Absolutely not. However, if you are one of these people that you're like, I just don't belong here. And I know belong, you know how I feel about buzzwords. I feel like belonging is another one of those buzzwords. However, you should feel like you have a place where you are in terms of you're being heard. People are listening to what you have to say and your opinion. But if you are just another fly on the wall and nobody really listens to you, and all you do is, just key in your data from 8 to 5. You take two 15-minute breaks, you go on your 30-minute lunch, and then you're just punching a clock with no fulfillment. No, this is my God-given purpose. Then I just want you to just have a conversation with yourself and just sit and be still and ask yourself, am I fulfilling my God given purpose at this particular job? Now, the cool thing about where I used to work for about 17 years in corporate is that they had a lot of opportunities to work in the community and volunteer time off. And I took advantage of all of that. And that was what really helped me to realize, you know what? I like helping the community. I like doing things that are going to move the needle forward in the community as it relates to housing. I know it's so funny because this is yet another example that I didn't pick up on. The company that I used to work for was really heavy into understanding social isolation and food insecurities and things like that. And I raised my hand and said, hey, what about housing? Do you think we should consider housing? And they were like, no, that's not one of our pillars. And then the very next year, it was like, now we're going to get into some housing. And it was like, oh, I mentioned that last year. So just little things like that that should have been an indication to me that, you know what, I'm not being heard, and this just isn't where I belong. So is what you are doing, does it fulfill you? Does it drive you to come to work every single day? So I just want to make sure that whatever you're doing, and if it does, great. You're a nurse, you're a firefighter, you're whatever, you're an accountant, and you're like, man, this is my purpose. I am able to just do some amazing things in this role, then kudos to you. However, if you are that person that has that pit in your stomach, like, this really isn't my calling, definitely reach out to me. I would love for you to take my flight assessment and have a conversation with you, and just kind of look at your assessment and understand what roles you would be really amazing at. We have some specific skill sets that will show up and we are going to be able to ignite in a particular area because we already have those God-given skills. For example, if you're a pilot where, you're very driven, you're just a natural born leader, then of course it makes sense for you to be in a leadership role. Maybe that means the CEO of your own company. It means something different for all of us. But until we see the results from your assessment, then we don't necessarily know. After I've had a conversation with some people, I am able to kind of pick up on some things. However, because some people are operating in their adaptive, meaning that they've been in a role for so long that they are adapting to that particular role, but it brings a tremendous amount of frustration. Sometimes I'm not able to kind of figure out what your preference is if that is you. But however, for the most percent, for sure, let's get you on my calendar. Let's get the assessment for you so that we can help you to figure out what you're calling. Like, it's amazing when you just ask the right questions. Ask yourself some good questions. Like, what is it that brings me joy? What part of my job do I really, really like? What is the driving factor as I'm in this role? What part of it really like gets me going and I'm able to bring the energy? Like, what part of that, get by yourself, get alone and ask yourself some questions. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's going for a walk and looking at nature and asking God some questions and asking him to speak to you, whatever it might be. Or maybe you need somebody to ask you the right probing questions. Whichever works for you, I want you to figure out what your God-given purpose truly is. Go ahead and shoot me an email, coachdana.spencer@gmail.com, coachdana.spencer@gmail.com, or you can head over to my website and click on the assessment tab. So my website is coachdana.spencer.com, coachdana.spencer.com. So I just want everybody to walk in their God-given purpose. I want everybody to wake up every single morning and approach their day with, I get to do, you fill in the blank, and that is the most fulfilling part of the day. Also, I forgot. So yesterday I was talking about this idea of wearing makeup, right? And I meant to Google and I forgot to Google how much Americans spend in makeup. So I want to know if we had a 30-day don't wear any makeup challenge where every single day we're out and about, we take a picture and then hashtag no makeup challenge and see if we can go 30 days without wearing any makeup. Because a lot of times on my website, I have 8 tips to stop living paycheck to paycheck. And I give you some tips like, drink coffee at home, cook meals at home, maybe even some of those meals without any meat. And I never even thought about makeup not being a necessity. So go ahead and drop me a comment if you would be interested in a 30-day no makeup challenge, and just see if you are really meticulous about your budget. Take a look at your budget and see how much money you spend on makeup. And I would love for you to drop that in the comments just so we can see if this is an opportunity where we can save money, because when you're in the middle of your renovation, you want to keep your costs as low as possible. And if makeup is a high ticket item for you, maybe that's something that we need to consider. So I would love to do that if there's some interest there. And guys, go ahead and drop in the comments, like, do you want to really see what some of us look like without any makeup on? Are you curious about the lady that you're dating, what she even looks like without any makeup on? So I would love to hear from the guys as well. So that's what I got for you today. One more thing before we get out of here. Go ahead. I would love for you to check out my real estate investing free 5-day mini series, where day 1, you'll get a video about mindset. Day 2, you'll get a video about multiple exit strategies. If you only have one exit strategy, that's too close to none. So you definitely want to make sure before you get started investing in real estate that the property that you are about to buy has more than one strategy for you to get to the Kizash. And on day 3, crunch your numbers, one of my favorite topics. Day 4, the roadmap to passive income. And then day 5, the 5 strategic partners that you need in order to get started in investing in real estate. That's all I got for you today. We're close. We are close to start dropping our live episodes. And I get to interview tomorrow one of my favorites. But you're not going to get that right away. I'm going to stockpile some interviews so that once I do go live, I will have a little bit of some extra videos to bring to you so that I'm not, super crunched. But once we go live, we're going. So stay tuned for the go live of the Dana Spencer show. But until then, continue to enjoy the Dana Spencer pre-show. And last but not least, if you're on Facebook, or please go over to Facebook, go to the Dana Spencer show and give me a like. I'm trying to get to 100 likes so that I can see the analytics. There's so many people with views, but I just need to drill down to see who am I reaching. So definitely head on over to Facebook and give me a like at the Dana Spencer show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, have an amazing day. Peace out.